Hello everybody, my name is Patrick Wiley. I'm the admissions tutor on the accounting programme, and I'm also the programme director for the accounting and finance programme. So hopefully see lots of you in Cardiff in the not too distant future. I had hoped to see you at our open day, but given the unfortunate circumstances, that's not possible. So instead, you've got a video of me at home in my little study with some of my little memorabilia in the background. So why become an accountant? Well, the first thing I'd like to do is dispel the image of the accountant, that of the number cruncher or the bean counter. Business is all about choices and making decisions around those choices, and the best business people tend to make the right choice more times than the wrong choice, which I suppose begs the question, why do we make the wrong choice? And it's normally got something to do with uncertainty. If we were certain about things, we would tend to make the right choice. And then what gives rise to uncertainty? Well, it's usually something to do with a lack of understanding. And certainly in the context of business, that's where the role of accountants and accounting comes into play. Because accounting is all about providing information. Providing information to allow people to understand what's going on, to remove the uncertainty, and then for hopefully to make the correct decision. Being involved with the decision-making process comes with challenges and it comes with responsibilities, but it is those challenges and those responsibilities that ultimately make the job rewarding, enjoyable, and certainly take it far beyond number crunching and bean counting. In terms of the qualification itself, it's actually quite a broad qualification. You will study all the different business disciplines as part of the qualification. And as such, this broadness of the qualification provides you with a solid foundation to launch yourself off into a career in business. This broadness provides flexibility. It's not really until you qualify that you start to specialise in particular areas. And indeed, you will see qualified accountants in all walks of business life. It's a very respected qualification. And again, just drawing upon my experiences, opportunities have arisen and doors have opened for me that wouldn't otherwise have done so. So the next question is, why study accounting here at Cardiff? I think the first thing to note is that reputation is important. You're going to make a significant investment, both in terms of a financial investment and in terms of a personal investment. Obtaining a degree requires a lot of hard work and effort. So it's important you squeeze as much value as possible out of this investment that you make, and reputation will add value. Cardiff has got an excellent reputation. It's a Russell Group university. The business school is internationally accredited. The accounting section itself is accredited by the professional bodies that oversee the accounting profession, and we're a partner in learning with a very prestigious Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. In terms of the programmes of study, we offer primarily two programmes of study, two 3-year programmes of study, the BSc in Accounting and the BSc in Accounting combined with its sister discipline, Finance. Both 3-year programmes. You can combine both those programmes with a 1-year work placement. And I will talk about our work placements in a bit more detail in a moment. Both the programmes, both the BSc Accounting and BSc Accounting and Finance programmes are accredited by the professional bodies that oversee the accounting profession. And I suppose that ultimately begs the question, what's the benefit of having our programmes accredited by the professional bodies? And I think to appreciate the benefit of the accreditation, you have to understand how you qualify to become a chartered accountant. But broadly speaking, to qualify as a chartered accountant, you have to become a member of one of the professional bodies that oversee the accounting profession. It's a bit like if you want to become a lawyer, you have to become a member of the Law Society. The slight difference with the accountants is that we've got 5 professional bodies. The reason we've got 5 professional bodies is that we tend to have a professional body that oversees particular industry sectors. So if you want to become an accountant, let's say within government, you would go for what we call the SIPFA qualification. If you want to become an accountant within a business, within a company or an organisation, you would go for the CIMA qualification, the Management Accounting qualification. And if you want to become an accountant within the professional services firms, providing broad business advice to lots of different industries, you tend to go for one of the chartered qualifications. So the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, the Scottish equivalent, or the ACCA, the Certified Accountants. So how do you become a member? How do you actually qualify? And broadly speaking, to qualify to become a member of one of these professional bodies, there are two key criteria. The first criteria is that you have to sit and pass the set of professional exams. Each one of these professional bodies will have their own unique set of professional exams, which you'll have to pass. And the second criteria is that you have to have 3 years relevant practical experience. So broadly speaking, the route to qualification is 3 years at university. You graduate. Upon graduation, you secure a 3-year training contract, graduate training contract, with an approved training employer of one of the professional bodies. So you would have to decide which professional body you would want to become a member of. Most of our students will go for one of the chartered professional bodies, and in the main, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. So they would, once upon graduation, they would secure a 3-year graduate training contract with an institute-approved training employer. That employer will put you, the student, through the professional exams and will provide you with 3 years relevant experience. So broadly speaking, to qualify, 3 years at university and then 3 years in a graduate training contract, at the end of which hopefully you've passed your exams, you've got your 3 years relevant experience, and you can apply for membership, and upon acceptance, then you can call yourself a qualified chartered accountant. So back to accreditation. What's the benefit in having our programs accredited? The benefit is that it will give you exemptions from some of these professional exams that you have to sit. If I take the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, they've got 3 levels of professional exams: a certificate level, a professional level, and an advanced level. Our programs will provide exemptions for all of the certificate level exams, and it will provide exemptions from some of the professional level exams. The number of exemptions you're entitled to will depend upon the actual module that you select during the course of your program of study. I'm going to say a few words now about work placements. I've been involved with our work placement students for a number of years, so I'm an advocate of work placements, and I think the important thing to note is that all students have the opportunity to undertake a 1-year work placement. So you may arrive at Cardiff on a 3-year programme of study without a work placement, and then during the course of your first or second year you may decide, you know what, I wish I had the opportunity to incorporate a work placement into my programme of study. You can still transfer across onto a 4-year programme. So all students have that opportunity, whether they're in a 3 or 4-year programme of study. For the accounting and finance section, we've actually got 2 4-year programmes of study. We've got the UPP scheme, the University Partnership Programme, and we've got the PPY scheme, the Professional Placement Year Programme. Broadly speaking, the difference between the two is defined by what type of employer you secure your work placement with. The UPP scheme is a partnership between ourselves and one of those professional bodies that I mentioned, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. And the purpose of the UPP scheme is to encourage our students to take 1-year work placements with institute-approved training employers. And broadly speaking, the way it works is that we've got the relationship with the students, so we encourage and support our students to take a 1-year work placement, and the Institute's got the relationship with the employers, and the Institute encourages the employers to offer opportunities to the students. The key benefit of the UPP scheme is that it's with an Institute-approved training employer, and it means the 1-year work experience counts toward one of those 3 years of relevant experience required to qualify. But what you must bear in mind is that the vast majority of placement opportunities, and indeed the vast majority of our students, don't secure placement opportunities with institute-approved training employers. And so those students would go on to our second programme, the Professional Placement Year Programme, the PPY scheme. As I mentioned, I've been involved with work placements and work placement students for a number of years, and I've seen firsthand the benefits of work placements, whether you're on a PPY scheme or the UPP scheme. The benefits are the experience. So one scheme is not better than the other because both provide you with the experience. And if I was to draw upon some of the key benefits, certainly there's a clear link between improved employability and a work placement, almost without exception. Students on our work placement will secure graduate positions with those employers. Clear link between improved academic performance on a work placement. Again, the work placements come back into their final year. They can draw upon their experience. The work experience helps them make sense of the textbook and the theory, and to be able to draw upon that and apply the theory in a practical context allows them to perform very well academically in their final year. Clear link between personal development and a work experience. You will spend a year in a very professional and competitive environment, and you will learn lots of new skills and new attributes. You will come back a different student. And again, these additional skills and attributes that you'll have learnt, much more organised, much more disciplined, focused, motivated, combined with improved understanding, really does help support your academic performance in final year. It's a salaried position. You're treated normally as a graduate on a graduate salary. And I suppose most importantly, the students have a fantastic time. They really do enjoy it. And on occasion, it's difficult to get them to come back. And I often would say to students, why do you come to university? What's the aim? What's the purpose of coming to university? And often, I get answers along the lines of, well, it's to improve my employability, to learn new skills and attributes, to develop as an individual, to have a great time. And work placements tick all those boxes. In terms of what you'll be studying, what's important to highlight here is that your first year will allow you to dip into all the different business disciplines. So your first year will not just be about studying accounting. You will study the other different business disciplines. So you will do a bit of management, you will do a bit of marketing, legal, accounting, finance, economics. And there are a number of benefits of this broadness. The first benefit is that employers like a broad perspective. Typically with accountants, the emphasis can be very much on the numbers, on profit, on figures. And employers like accountants who have got an appreciation, an understanding of the other business disciplines, realizing that it's not just all about profit. People are important. The other benefit of this broadness is that it's actually common across all the programs at the business school. So typically our first year students study a very similar first year, and because we've got a similar common first year, this provides flexibility in terms of students to move across programs. You may be a marketing student and you will study a little bit of accounting in your first year, and you may say to yourself during the course of first year, you know what, I wish I'd studied accounting. I really love accounting. You still have that opportunity to move across to the accounting program. Indeed, you've got up to the start of your second year to move across to any other program of study within the business school. So again, we could have an accounting student who will again dip into a bit of management, and again may say, management is actually for me. They've got that opportunity to move across. So that flexibility is very important, especially given the fact that there is lots of uncertainty. It's very difficult for you to know exactly what you want to study. Our first year allows you to dip into all the different disciplines, and hopefully then you'll remove some of this uncertainty and allow you to make a decision about what suits you best, and hence hopefully what you will perform best in. It's not all about technical learning. You don't have to come to university to learn the technicalities of becoming an accountant. You don't have to come to university to learn how to do a profit and loss account or a cash flow or a balance sheet. In fact, what I would argue that differentiates a graduate from a non-graduate is the unique opportunities you have at university to develop new skills and new attributes that you will use for the rest of your life. Coming to university should change the way that you approach most things in life, the way you think, the way you address problems, the way you interact with people, the way you organise yourself. And these are skills and attributes that you will use for the rest of your life. The key benefit of university is that they allow you to practice and develop these skills in what I call a safe environment. And they are unique opportunities. And it's important that you engage and take advantage of these opportunities whilst you're at university. And here at Cardiff, through our teaching and learning activities, we encourage our students to engage in such activities and help support the development of these graduate attributes, such that hopefully by the time our students graduate, they've all come out with good degrees, good degree classifications, 2-1 first class degrees. They've studied something they enjoy. They've learned lots of new skills and attributes and fundamentally changed and developed as individuals, hopefully supported with a work placement. And as such, Cardiff graduates are highly employable, and you will see Cardiff accounting and finance graduates in all walks of business life, in large accountancy firms, small accountancy firms, medium-sized accountancy firms, in industry and academia. Those are some of my thoughts about why become an accountant and why study accounting here at Cardiff. As I said at the very start, I look forward to seeing you all again in the not too distant future, hopefully in person as opposed to on a video. Thank you indeed.